Have you ever heard or maybe even said lines like this? I don't have enough. See, that business idea, I need like 10 million naira to start. That my office space, it has to be like a warehouse. To start it has to be like a warehouse. That conference, we need 5,000 people to register, 5,000 people. And so many other things that we use as excuses. Hi guys, you are welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluwatoyin, Toyin for short, and TY for shorter, which is where we get TY's thoughts from. Thank you to everyone. We are at 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We're growing, and truly I'm just grateful. Today I want to talk about another lesson that I have personally experienced, I have learned from on this journey of life, and I'm seeing and continue to see many people who I think are making this excuse and holding back what can be the greatness of their destinies because they keep saying that they don't have enough. Now, this particular conversation was re-inspired when I saw the story of the Ikorodu Bois. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Ikorodu Bois. If you've not, just go on Google and type it. They're this set of boys, brothers, who do recreations of film trailers. So whether it's Hollywood films, they recreate the trailers. But the unique thing about the Ikorodu Bois, at least up until now that their destiny has moved up a notch higher, I'm sure that different things begin to come out. But what used to happen was, in recreating these trailers, they would just use what they have, the wheelbarrow, mop as hair, all those kinds of things. And it was just like fun, comedy, and they'll put it on Instagram, right? Now, a couple of weeks back, they had done a trailer of the film. I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of the film right now, which had gotten the attention of Hollywood and even of the producers of the film. Those ones tweeted about it, and it had become such a big hula balloon. And trust us Nigerians now, when abroad is shouting about our own matter, we take it up a notch higher, like, yes, our own Nigeria, hale, thank you. So that had happened, and I remember when I saw that, I thought to myself that I needed to have this conversation, but life went, all sorts of things happened. And then this week, there was the new news that Netflix had given them equipment. Guys, these are equipments of destiny. Oh my Lord. Like, I saw it and I was like, hallelujah. But I saw that thing and I said, this is exactly what we're saying when we tell people, start with what you have. What you have is enough for you to begin the journey of life, for you to birth that idea that you have inside of you, for you to at least begin to take the steps towards where it is that you want to go. What happens to many of us is we make so many excuses, like I was giving at the beginning. You don't have enough, you have 5 million, this, you need this space, you need this thing, you need that thing. You sit down on that thing, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 20 years have gone, you've not made a move on that, and you're waiting for your fairy godmother to just come and say, yo, my darling, bam, take silver slippers. It's not gonna work like that. Let's tell ourselves the truth of the matter, because we can see these young boys now, and what happens is somebody else will see this kind of story and start praying prayers like, God of Ikorodu Bois, favor me. God, this set time to favor me. You have not done anything. You've not taken any move. You've not done anything. You are sitting in your house waiting for the God of favor to just come and favor you, that you've not made a move. Why did that thing happen to those boys? That's when they say, when opportunity meets preparation. Do you know that it's not like those boys just started last week or this year, 2020? Maybe some of you are hearing about them for the first time through this video. Maybe some of you had never even heard about them. Maybe some of you heard about them in 2020. They started in 2017. That's where their journey started from. They were doing that thing consistently, maybe genuinely just even having fun. And that's the beauty about life sometimes, right? You are just doing some things, you are passionate about it, or you are having fun about it. It's a hobby or it's a desire. The most important question is, how are you ensuring that one day after another. You are doing something with maybe the little that you have, just to ensure that you put that dream, you put that goal, you put that vision out there. These boys started since 2017. In fact, their first post was Happy Gary Day or something random like that. I personally, when I come across these kinds of stories, I go and look for the story behind the glory. Because if you don't look for the story behind the glory, you will not be rightly inspired. In fact, inspiration can even become intimidation, which is what is happening to a lot of young people. You are seeing people, you're aspiring to be like them, you just want to blow, you just want to explode, you just think that's how it is, eh? And I always say, all this thing you want to blow. Don't say you want to blow, because if you blow, that's the end. You have blown. Sure, you understand? You have blown. We'll not see you again. You have blown. But on a more serious note, you are looking at people, you are not realizing that everybody started from somewhere, and everybody has a journey, and everybody is continuously trying to make it work. And you are sitting there feeling depressed, thinking that your life is over because, oh, you cannot do something at this level. What can you do at your level? Very important question. They started, they continued. Finally, one day, as Providence will have it, and that's just the beauty about life, they get the attention of these guys in Hollywood. A couple of weeks later, an organization like Netflix decides to give them equipment. Voila! Takes them to another. But if they had never started, will Netflix just say, there are some boys in Ikorodu, we think they have a dream, let's go and support them? No! What are you doing with what you have? Let me tell you another person that just blew my mind. So I was scrolling through YouTube one day. You know how you go on your YouTube page and you see suggestions of videos to watch. What caught my attention, and YouTube will tell you when the video came out, so you see the number of views, so like 10 views 10 hours ago, that kind of thing. So I saw that this video had come out, I think at that time maybe 13 hours ago. Then I saw 1 million views. I said, wait, what's going on here? This guy was not an artist, because we think that people that blow not blow, people that make it, especially in things like this, music artists, those kind of actors, entertainers, celebrities. No, he was none of that. In fact, even the thumbnail of the video looks so serious. So I couldn't understand 1 million views 13 hours ago. Who is this guy? So obviously, my curiosity and my nose for news, I went straight to his page. So he's called Marcus Brownlee, Mkbhd. He's a YouTuber. He talks about technology, like reviews phones, latest gadgets, this, that kind of thing. And I couldn't believe it, guys. He has, as at now, 11.3 or something million subscribers. Depending on whenever day you are watching this, it might have become 50 million. At least I'm recording this in August 2020. 11 million subscribers. So I said to him, calm down, calm down. As usual, I decided to go and do my story behind the glory. So what I would do when I see those kinds of things, I would go to find the very first post of the person. Always very key. A lot of people these days, you get carried away, you just see glory, then you are carried away. And then you now start praying prayers, Father, do it for me. Like, how do you know the person did it? How do you know? How long do you know that the person has been doing it? Did you know when they were drinking Gary? Do you know when they were selling yam? You do not know. All of a sudden, you just see, okay, don't let me get carried away. So I went to Marcus Brownlee's page and I scrolled down to his very first video. His very first video was 12 years ago. Guys, this is 2020. That's what, 2008, right? He was 13 years old. 12 years ago. His very first video was him playing golf. In fact, that just told me two different things, right? So maybe a young boy, and obviously he's a technology buff, obviously. So maybe it was just a young boy who saw this YouTube thing, I can put videos on this site called YouTube. At that time, YouTube itself was growing as well, and he just started with golf videos. So his first video was a golf video, his second video was him playing golf as well. By his third video, if I am correct, if I did my research right, I think so, was when he then put up something about some gadget, which is really what he does. So a new gadget comes out, he reviews it, he talks about it, his benefits, the disadvantages, blah, blah, blah. And that's where he started to grow from. So he didn't even really know the trajectory of how that was going to go. And that's life sometimes as well. You start something, you're never really sure how it's going to go. Like I said, it could just be a hobby. The Ikorodu Bois started maybe just as a hobby. Today, they're a big sensation. That's just the beauty about life. Our point is start. Anyways, Marcus starts, he starts to grow. Today, you look at him, 11 million subscribers. He releases a video like this in less than 10 hours. He can have 1 million views. You that you are just somebody that has just started your life. Maybe you're also in the technology field. Maybe you're also passionate about that area. You look at somebody like that and begin to get intimidated. Oh God, where is my glory? It's not, don't do those kinds of things to yourself. So when I watched that thing, I told myself, I want to actually understand how this young man grew. So luckily, he also did a couple of videos where he talked about maybe a get to know me video or something like that. I know what Marcus said. He said at the point where he had uploaded his 100th, is how to say it, when he had 100 videos on YouTube, he still had less than 100 subscribers. As in, I was just like, okay, do you know how much work it takes to put 100 videos out there and still have less than 100 subscribers? And what I'm saying is, it just shows you journey. Imagine if he stopped at that point. Today, this guy I'm saying has interviewed, like, I don't know the tech guy that he hasn't interviewed. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all of that. Go to his page. Someone that at 13 started playing golf and just started with what he had. The point I'm trying to make with this video is, look, if you keep sitting on that which you have, saying it's not enough, because that big dream that you have, you think it's just going to start in that way, you will not achieve anything in life. And what's going to happen is you see people moving past, moving by, making waves, and you'll be wondering what's going on. That's when you start saying things like, oh, maybe favor is not something, or maybe this. It's not any of those things. You are the one that is not willing to make a move on that dream. You are the one that is not willing to step out, get your feet wet. As you get your feet wet, you do it today, you do it tomorrow, you don't give up. You're trying to grow that Instagram page. You wake up today, it's still 2 followers. You wake up tomorrow, it's still 3 followers. You wake up the next week, it's still 10 followers, and you keep pushing. If someone says he has put out 100 videos, it still had less than 100 subscribers, and today you are celebrating 11 million subscribers, it took a journey to get there. So there is the start with what you have. There is the don't give up. As in, don't give up. Stay true to your dream. Stay true to your lane. Stay true to your journey. These Ikorodu Bois, and it might be easier sometimes if, yes, you're just doing it as fun, if it's not where you're getting your bread and butter from. But even if it's where you're getting your bread and butter from, if you don't start, then how will you get the bread and butter? Like, how is it going to happen? The point is, it's actually not going to happen. So I just want to say, to anyone watching this video who has been giving themselves excuses, and trust me, I've been there before. I have been there before, where you're just like, it's like, as in, nah. Trust me, guys, it's not that deep. You are running a business. How can you push it out with what you have? Before you say, oh, I want to do a video, but maybe you hired a video person and the person was telling you it's going to cost you 250k. Obviously, you don't have 250k. You're a small business. You're even still looking for 100k to run the business. How much more you now guys 250k to do video? If you have a phone, the phone you're using to watch me now, that must mean that phone is a smartphone. How can you use your phone to begin to tell your story? That's what I'm saying. How can you use your phone to begin to take pictures? Okay, fine. Your phone is not iPhone 52. It's okay. Whatever your phone is. If you don't begin to bring out the tiniest value from that which you have, instead you are waiting for the day of, and that day will come by the grace of God, but it will come faster if you are growing from now. And if you are growing from now, then you'll be the kind of person that can utilize any kind of resource. And let me tell you, those are one of the most powerful kinds of people in the world. Where when you had only stone, you knew how to make your stone work. So by the time you have your $10 million, in fact, you know how to manage. You save 9 million and say we can use 1 million. Why? Because when you had 10,000 naira, you knew how to use it to make things work. So I hope that for anybody watching who has been in that state of stagnancy, that state of You are just waiting. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop waiting. Sit down again. Count all the things that you have. What can we do with this? What can we do with this? Can you see this thing on my... Okay, sorry. Pointing the other way around. Anyways, can you see that paper that is on that red board behind me? I'm going to show you guys what I wrote there, because we're trying to do a couple of things, right? And my people were coming up with this idea, that idea. I said, guys, see, this is where we are. This is what we have. We are going to use what we have to achieve what we can now, whilst we are growing to get to what we need. Like I said, I will go back there, and what is written on it right now is use, in bracket, maximize what we have till we have what we need. That's the personal philosophy that I live by. Because if you never, I remember the first time that I got my first working space. I got a space where I could work from. All I had at that time was the money to get the space. That was all I had. I did not have money for chair and table. You know what I went to do? I went to buy plastic chair. Yes. So if you came to see me, red, I don't forget. In fact, one of the chairs might even be in this office now. Red table. So I didn't want, so at least so that it would jazz up a bit, I didn't want a white plastic chair so that it would not just look like me. So I bought a red plastic chair, red table with 2 chairs. Maybe it cost about 3,000 or 4,000 or something at the time. But I couldn't afford to have like a table, wooden table, all those things. It's not a problem. Anybody that came to me in the office at that time will sit down. So I got 2 chairs. So at least I will sit down. Somebody else will sit down. We are okay. Start from where you are. Some people say, no, until I can have the table, until I can have the space, you know, the space has to look like this. If you don't even have space, what will you do? Will you not work? What do you have? How can you start? How can you begin? What can you do with what you have? Utilize it, use it, unuse it, you know, make the most of it, because there is so much in your hands that you can do. If you need inspiration, go and look at Ikorodu Bois' page. Like I said, when you look at things in life, don't just look at the comedy of it or the inspiration of it. Think about it. Think deeply about it. Think deeply about it so that you are rightly inspired. Don't just see and say, oh, I wish I could be like this person. What did it take to become that person? How did that person get there? What did they have to do? How many years have they been on the journey? Do you understand what I'm saying? To be rightly inspired, to start with what you have, to grow from where you are, to take it one day at a time, to never give up when it seems you have put out 100 videos and still have less than 100 subscribers, or when it seems you've been running that business for 4 years and you're just like, what's going on? Understand, obviously, when you need to change tactic, or when you need to change direction, or when you need to add something, so that you don't just stay on a lane that might not be working, because we said never give up. There is obviously the continuous wisdom, there's obviously the continuous knowledge, you know, there's obviously that continuous growth that is involved. But the essence of this video was to say there is enough that you can do with what you presently have, and it is time to begin to utilize it. And on that note, I say thank you. I hope this conversation has been helpful to you. Please, people. We can't continue like this. We can't. Like, I talk to so many young people, and I'm just, in fact, a conversation just came to my head now of someone that I had a conversation with who also did this. And telling, man, Anthony, if I just have like, and I was looking at him like 5 million. Okay, what if you don't have 5 million? What if you don't get the 5 million in 10 years? So you will not do anything now because you don't have. I know the way to say, Anthony, man. You know what? Let me just leave and end this video at this point. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Let's continue on this journey of learning lessons in this life so that we can quickly know better, do better, and by the grace of God, live better. Until the next video, enjoy yourself. Bye.